Morning dear students. Today I am here with the next video of chapter Changes Around Us. So in this video we are going to further discuss about the different types of changes. Desirable changes. These are those changes that occur due to our desire or we wish to do such type of changes. So we like such changes, that is why these are called desirable changes. For example, formation of curd from the milk, formation of cheese from the milk, or the formation of manure from the cow and dead plants. So there are some changes which occur as we wish. Those changes, they are called desirable changes. Undesirable changes. Dear students, there are some changes which do not occur as per our wish. So these changes are called undesirable changes. For example, earthquakes, excessive heat in due to rise in temperature in summer, or the breaking of the glass. So these are the examples of some of the undesirable changes which are not wished by us. Now, physical changes. What are physical changes? A change in which a no new substance can be formed. For example, crushing of the can, melting of the ice cream. This can be explained like when we switch on an electric bulb, it starts glowing. And when we switch it off, it stops glowing. Means there is no new substance get formed during this process, and we can get back the bulb in its original condition after switching it off. So this type of example can be for this physical change. Similarly, if you take some sugar crystals, we know that sugar is white in color, it is sweet in color, taste, sorry, and has no odor. So when we will grind the sugar in order to change it into a powdered form, we will observe that grinding changes its form. Means only the shape of these sugar granules changes to a powdered form, but the color remains the same. Means it is also in white in color, taste is same, it is sweet in color, and it is odorless. So there is no new substance formed during this process. So these are the certain examples of your physical change. So now, what is a physical change? A change in which no new substance is formed. Next is your chemical change. A change where new substance is produced. For example, burning of the wood, cooking of the egg or the vegetables. These are the certain examples of chemical change where a new substance is formed. When you burn a wood, ash is left behind, that is the new substance. Or when you burn a paper with the help of a mastic, you will observe that there are certain changes, that paper is being converted into ash. So in this case, the material that cannot be get back to its original form, means we cannot convert ash into a paper. So here a new substance formed is ash. So when a new substance is formed, or we get a new substance, that type of change is called chemical change. These are the certain example. Boiling of water, baking of a cake is a chemical change. Crushing of a can is a physical change, whereas burning of the paper, it is a chemical change. Breaking a glass is a physical change, and the germination of a seed is a chemical change. Now, what is the difference between physical and chemical change? Dear students, a change where no new substance is formed, or there is no change in the chemical composition of that substance, that is called the physical change. Whereas chemical change is the change of chemical composition of matter. Means totally the composition of matter changes. Physical changes, they are normally or they usually are reversible changes. For example, if you bend a copper wire in different shape, it is a physical change, and this change can be reversed back to its original form. So usually the chemical changes, they are irreversible. In physical change, no new product is formed, whereas in chemical change a new product is formed. In physical change, some changes occur when heating or cooling is done, whereas in chemical change, The chemical changes always involve the absorption or release of the energy. For example, respiration, it is a chemical change, but here the energy is released to perform various activity. That energy is used by us. Changes have no effect on the chemical bonds of the molecule of a substance in physical change, whereas in chemical change, it has a direct effect on the chemical bonding of the molecules in a substance. So, these are the differences between the physical and the chemical change. Now, the reversible changes. Reversible change is an effect of a substance which can then be returned to its original state. For example, when we melt the ice to water, again the water can be converted or it can be freezed to get ice again. So, this is a reversible change where the physical state of the substance can alter, but no new substance is formed. Whereas, if we burn a paper, it converts into ash and that cannot be brought back to its original form, so that will be irreversible change. So now, irreversible change, a change that you cannot undo. For example, if you burn the paper or a book, there is no way to restore it. Even if we can collect all the material that are obtained after this process, we cannot bind up those materials to bring back the book in its original form. So, what are irreversible changes? A change in which the substance produced cannot get back to its original form, and these changes, they are permanent changes, they cannot be reversed. Melting of ice, it is a reversible change. When the ice melts, it forms water, and water can directly be freeze to get ice again. Tearing of paper, it is irreversible change. When we tear the paper into pieces, we cannot get the original form of the paper again. Blowing of a balloon, it is a reversible change, but if the balloon burst, it is irreversible. Ripening of the fruit, it is irreversible change. Now, the difference between reversible and irreversible change. So, what is reversible change? A change in which the substance produces can get back to its original form. Irreversible change is a change in which the substance produces cannot get back to its original form. So, irreversible changes, they are temporary changes which can be reversed, whereas irreversible changes are the permanent changes which cannot be reversed. Examples of reversible changes may be evaporation, freezing of ice, stretching of rubber band, and similarly, the examples of irreversible changes are getting older, making curd from the milk, changing of dough into chapatis. So these things, they cannot be reversed back to its their original form. Now, there are some changes where energy is evolved or involved. Certain examples are given where energy is given out or released, and some of the examples are there where energy is absorbed. So, when we look around, we see some changes where energy is released. For example, burning of the candle, respiration, burning of the LPG. So, when this LPG burns, it produces energy, and that energy is used up by us to prepare our food or to prepare some other items. Similarly, in some changes, energy is absorbed. For example, when we burn the paper, the energy supplied gets absorbed for bringing about the desirable change. So, observed change. So, here are some example where we energy is given out or released. For example, burning of candle, respiration, where the energy is released out, and that energy is used by our body to perform various activities. And the changes where energy is absorbed, for example, your melting of ice. When ice melts, it absorbs the heat and it gets converted into water. Boiling of water, where the energy is absorbed and the water gets boiled. So, boiling of water, it is a a process where energy is being absorbed, and the burning of the candle where energy is being released in the form of heat and light. So that's all in this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.